Welcome back guys. Today we're gonna talk about Ravenbound, which released on Steam back in March, which currently has mixed reviews. It's a single-player roguelite action game set in the open-world island of Ravenbound. Here players take on the role of the Raven's vessel, tasked with restoring order to the island by freeing its imprisoned gods. You can shift from your vessel form by using these altars scattered across the island. They are everywhere, so you don't have to worry about having a hard time finding them. As I mentioned, this is a roguelike game, meaning you'll be dying a lot. Permanently. With no one to hear your headset crashing to the floor because of the fact it's a single-player game. But don't worry, dying is just normal here. Well, actually, you kinda have to die to get stronger. Ravenbound features quite a simple skill or trait tree system in which you can unlock passives like having stronger sword damage or gaining health whenever your weapon gains power at the cost of having your armor at 0 permanently. Races are also unlocked through the tree, and sad to say for all you furries out there, the default race is human. Sorry. Each race has their own sort of passive ability. For example, as a human, whenever you drain a card, more on that later, you gain mana, which allows you to play cards that you'll find from opening chests and defeating monsters. Now, let's get to the card system. Ravenbound features a unique card system corresponding to your weapons, armors, passive abilities, and mana. Each time you defeat an enemy camp, you'll get different types of fragments that match the enemy type of that camp, along with a little gold you can use to buy cards and mana from merchants in towns or along the road. Once you have 3 fragments, you can use them to spawn a choice of 3 cards from your deck for you to pick one. Some cards that spawn can automatically apply a debuff on you or the cards in your hand. Opening chests grant you the same thing, minus the need to collect fragments. You'll have to be cautious though, since using fragments and opening chests also add to the level of hatred on your character. Hatred build-up affects the cards you find. The more hatred you have, the worse the draw gets. Hatred also affects your fragments in 3 tiers. Each tier fills a fragment slot, and once you fill all 3, you'll be unable to pick up or use fragments any further. However, once you defeat the next boss, the god corresponding to the dungeon will cleanse you of all hatred, allowing you to pick up and use fragments once more. Throughout the world are these crystal pillars called tiers of hatred. Defeating the enemies around them and cleansing the pillars grant you some fragments and mana. In addition, cleansing the pillar will show you the location of 4 pure chests guarded by various enemies. Since they are pure, opening them does not add to your level of hatred. Once you've opened all 4 chests, you'll be directed to go to the dungeon for the next boss. At this point it's all rinse and repeat until you beat the final boss, at which your run will end and you get EXP and rewards. The experience you get depends on how many enemies you've killed, the lore you've discovered from reading books or descriptions on statues, and boss damage you've dealt. Gaining enough experience will of course grant you levels that give skill points for the passive tree. You'll also unlock the cards corresponding to that level, with the more powerful cards obviously tied to the higher levels. Overall, I had a great time playing this game. Although I must admit there are builds that really make the game trivial, which may take away a player's fun if it's too broken. For example, I had a passive that increases my health whenever my weapon power increases. That alone was enough for me to breeze through the open world without the fear of my character dying, and when I got to the final boss I had so much weapon power and health it was ridiculous. Still, the game is very fun and it's something definitely worth checking out if you're in the market for a great roguelite action gaming experience. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to click the bell so you'll always be alerted once a new video pops up. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.